Hello. Mic check. Looks decent. Webcam check. Hello, DDK Don. Does that mean you're like super strong, like 10 Don plus? I think it looks good. Yeah, having the Don in your name just makes you feel stronger at the game, right? Hey, you can say that you're a Don without lying. You just pronounce it Dan. Hello, Cthulhu. It is open reviews for those who would like a review. What board settings do I want? Let's go with glass. I think this one looks good. Do that or that. No, I don't like that one. I think I'm just gonna go with this one. I could go with the pink. I think I'm just gonna go with this one. I think it's simple, nice, effective. I could go for a darker one and then brighten the lines, and then get the brighter black stones. Thank you for the Q redeem. Hello, Amused. Welcome. Hey, I can say I'm a pro, technically. I am a professional teacher. Just add the pause. This doesn't look good, right? I think these aren't my favorite. Yeah, these aren't my favorite. Let's go simple. Let's go for glass stones. And then I don't know, I like the brighter boards. Oh, not that. I want that. I like the brighter boards. Okay. Yeah. I think this will look fine. Submit, refresh. Uh, yeah, exactly, right? I said that in the past. I was like, hey, I'm like a professional Go teacher, and I'm not a pro player, but I'm a pro teacher. People were like, you can't say you're a pro. I'm like, it's the literal definition of a pro. I'm like more pro than half the pros out there. Okay, it's they should be called masters or grandmasters. Professional is like the wrong word for what Go player pros are. They should be like grandmasters or something. Okay. Let's see if everything's working correctly. Uh, there's pros and cons. It's a lot more reliable. Okay, you are white. I mean, you took a while in the opening. 6.6, it's not bad. This number's wrong. It's 7.5, not 117.5. That's a bug. Okay. Dang, you rushed this last bit of the game, didn't you? I'm not sure. They told me I am. I have no idea. I have no idea. Well, first off, 5-3-3-2-4-2-2-4-2-3-5-5-4-3-5-3-3. Remember, this is the reason you sometimes lose. Got to take longer than this. Your opponent's time is looking good. They have this weird little section right here too. I'm telling you, in this section, there's game-winning mistakes or game-losing mistakes. Game-winning chances in this section right here. So when everyone blitzes, it's where everyone's brain is tired and starts shutting down. All right. See, right in the center. Right in the center. Move 140. Oh, that's over here. Interesting. All right. Let's see how it goes. I forget. You were the winner, right? Wait, 117.5. So that is the result. Is the SGF wrong? If it's the SGF's fault, then I'm blaming. It is 117. I am so confused. How is it 117? Oh, I got the wrong graph. I bet you that I remember. I remember. This is the testing data. It's not actually your graph. I forgot to actually implement the graph that was loaded. Oh well. I'll worry about that later. Okay, let's dive in. 117. This is a little bit one-sided, don't you think? Yeah, I think this is too one-sided. This isn't going to be worth a review. Yeah, send me another game. This one's not going to be like worth it. You're not going to get enough from this game. It's too one-sided. 116 is like too much. You did good. Do whatever you did again. That's the advice. If you win by 100 points. Okay, so we're reviewing for black. Okay. If we're reviewing for black, that's different. Okay. Da-da-dum, dum-dum. Go high. You have support on both sides. The idea, I have support over here. I have support over here. Then I want to develop, not settle. Third line is for settle. Again, you want to develop the top side. Just approach. Don't be scared. You give more corner this way. Ooh, pincer, interesting. Jump is good. You really don't want to be one space away, do you? Okay, actually, is Moby here? Before I continue, is Moby even here? Last call for Moby. Last call for Moby. Otherwise, I'm clicking on Amaranth's next game. I think this one's too one-sided. I think this is an issue in and of itself. All right. Let me get your other game that you sent. Because now I got to get it out of the Twitch chat. Set the queue. Okay. Oh, it's the version test. I want the live one. Okay. I'm actually going to take 5 seconds to do this because this is going to affect me the rest of the stream. So let me take 5 seconds and fix that bug. Yeah. Okay, I need dynamic data. Input, ODS link, value, formatted as JSON safe. Okay, let's deploy that live. All right, let's refresh and try this again. That's gonna annoy me for like the rest of the stream if I don't do it. Reload. He's streaming. He's here. All right, this one, white plus 29. All right, let's jump into a review. He's behind. Okay. I'll. Sorry, we got to make Twitch money for 1 second. Give us like 60 seconds while we make Twitch money, because I don't get crap from those ads. Okay. Let's go back to the other game then. A stream within a stream. Streamception. All right, so you are black. So you got to stop going skiing down the hill or whatever. You need to climb a mountain, not go skiing. Okay, mountain is better sports. At least looking at this graph anyway. Okay, so you did 8.2 seconds. I like how much you're using your time. Do be careful in this range. Between 70 and 120. Our game, look at this 35. There's the game deciding thing. There's a lot of game deciding mistakes that happen between 70 and 120. But if you take your time in this area, there's a lot of game winning chances. So 70 and 120. Your brain likes to turn off and drop 2 ranks and rush to the end of the game. You gotta make sure that you don't let your brain shut off and rush. There's lots of chances in this range. Okay. I'll go ahead and say what I said earlier. You want to develop. You have stones on both sides, so you want to develop between those stones. If you go here, you're settling, not developing, even though you have support on both sides. And it's the same idea here. Develop when you have support, when you have friends. Settle when you don't have friends. Yeah, you and every other person I just teach. This got me. Just approach. Don't go 2 space. There's no reason to like give them a corner. We're at 12Q. What are we scared of? Just approach and learn your lessons. That's how it goes. Especially here, you need to be tight on this stone. This stone is like by itself, and you're on both sides. Now you're not alive either, right? Because like technically, clear that. Technically, right here, this stone is kind of cutting you from your friends. Let me make this a little bit more blue, or maybe just red. Yeah. So this stone is separating you for sure, but if you run while attacking this, that's going to be very powerful, right? That's the idea behind this pincer, is now you can run while also putting pressure. Versus if you didn't have this stone, I could settle later. So now you're the only weak group. That's the whole point of this pincer, right? I think this is a little much for 12Q, but it is possible. The other options are jump and slide once and then jump. You could also slide here, but it's really awkward because you're so far away from the corner. Anyway, these are my ideas for this position. Jump, 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 surround, very nice. Yep, yep, yep. Ooh, buddy. So, right now, all of these white stones are surrounding this little dragon right here, right? String of stones is a dragon. This dragon has no foundation. This is too far away and white is cutting it off. So there's no foundation for this dragon. You should be playing defense. That means escaping, making eye space, or something along those lines. But instead, you're going to play a 2-space, and 2-spaces are not known for their connections. Okay, so immediately, my first thought is cut. Now, how does this stone help you either escape or make eyes? Those two things are defense. How does this stone help you? If it doesn't help you, then it's not good use of Aji. Aji being weakness. Okay, this is great if your goal is to live on the left, but you're gonna die. So defense first. Amaranth's block. Knight's moves have 1 cutting point. 1-point jumps have 2 cutting points. Go for the one that has less cutting points. Yeah, I don't know what you're supposed to do. Nope. Trap. Don't go after the tail. Go after the whole dragon. Yeah, technically black has a chance here. This is not really a 12Q option though, but you can sacrifice the tail to get out. Be like a lizard. Be like a lizard and it's a lizard, right? That sacks the tail. Sacrifice the tail to live. I want to say it's a lizard. Da, 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 da. So here you want to play diagonal or 1-point jumps. And the reason for that actually is because if you have 1-point jump, the 1-point jump goes into a tiger's mouth, which goes into a Panuki, right? That's an eye. Or you can play a diagonal, which can go into a tiger's mouth, which can go into Panuki. So tiger's mouths, 1-point jumps, diagonals, all of these can make eye shapes. But what doesn't make an eye shape is a Nobi or a stretch, right? Which I just found out stretch is the word for Nobi in English. So you can do this, but how is this going to make an eye? Because this does not make an eye. You don't need the corner at first. You need these 4 stones and then the corner. So that's kind of the idea here. Yeah, so Nobi is stretch, apparently, not extend. I always thought it was extend, but it is stretch. I think stretch just makes more sense. Okay, this is nice. Yeah, surrounding is definitely the correct move. This one is too much, though. You should read that you're going to get cut in 2 moves. So just don't worry about it, right? Just give it up. Just give it up and reduce the eye space and surround. If it lives, who cares, right? I mean, it's going to die still, but yeah. More people should be using the English Go terms. I have to like train myself to do it. Fix the outside cuts, not the inside cuts. Here is a lot easier to deal with because you have the edge to work with. So it's a self-atari for the cut. Here, this is not a self-atari. So black is not trapping themselves. So you gotta make sure that you're keeping track of that. I think the mistakes for black don't matter after this. The mistake for black was trying to live over here when your dragon was dying. That's the mistake for black. Beyond that, it's just like, how do I get out of bad position, which is not really the lesson. The lesson is don't get into a position where you have to play like a freaking 5-Don to get out of it. Check instead of Atari. Fun fact, there isn't really a good word for Atari. I think strike is the closest I've come up with. No. No. Only move. You're just going to have to deal with it. You're the one that played the 1-point jump shape. You can't just let them walk through. You can't just let them walk through. Here. Sorry. I was like, where'd the stone go? I deleted it from my mind. It's just not helpful. Letting them walk through like this is not good. This is the definition of broken shape. Just right here. This is the definition, textbook definition of what a broken shape is. It's when your opponent is literally walking through your stones. Unplayable. Yeah, but I'm trying to like force myself to use English terms when possible, just so other people can understand what I'm saying. Fun fact, I've actually had, because I've been doing this, I've been putting these in shorts on YouTube, and I've had several people actually understand on some level what I'm saying instead of just being lost in translation. So I've had a positive feedback on YouTube for me trying to simplify my words. Several people were like, what is this game? You sounded great teaching it, but I don't know what it is. I like this. You are developing this topside quite nicely. Do be careful. These three guys are very far away from their friend. And there's a massive white wall right here. So these three guys, little scary, little dangerous. I don't think I know that one. I know Kakashi, and I know several others that are not commonly used, but I don't think I know that one. Iken Toby, I know. This is kind of a trick move. Your best bet in a position where it's Hane versus Hane, or yeah, this one's bend, turn when you're connected to turn. So Hane versus Hane, bend or bend. The best response to this sort of pattern is to connect. Connect, connect, everyone's happy. If you try to go, if you try to cut first, then you have two problems. I want the alphabet. A and B. So you need to save the A stone, but you have a cutting point at B. Yeah, Sente is initiative. Sente a Sente move can be used in several ways, like a verb or an adjective or whatever it is. But you can say this is Sente or this is forcing. Sente is like forcing. It forces a response. It means I keep the initiative after we play this variation. That is what Sente means. Gote is the opposite. Gote loses the initiative. It is not... the sequence will not force my opponent to respond. So your opponent might have to respond to the first couple moves, but the sequence is Gote, means your opponent's going to get to play elsewhere first. What the fudge is this? Don't do that. That's the cut. Aji is potential. Aji is potential weakness. That is what Aji is. The answer for black was connect. Like, this white stone is trapped. So there's nowhere for it to go. It's just trapped. So just fix the only weakness that you have. Yeah, fair. No. Okay, so just like with this one, this is actually the exact same thing. Same mistake 2 times in a row. If you connect right here, this stone has nowhere to go, right? So you don't need to take the one that's already trapped. You need to fix the cut that is not trapped. Now let's go again in a couple moves. Immediately, when you play here, white is going to fix the one that is possible to be cut off because this one is trapped already. So because this one's trapped, no matter where it goes, white has got it trapped. White doesn't have to fix by taking and letting you connect under. White is going to cut you. So the better order of moves is to cut right here, which threatens 2 stones. Oh, threat. That's what Atari is. Threat. Which threatens 2 stones. And then when white fixes, you connect under. And then this stone is trapped against the edge. White. No, sorry. That's an interesting little bug. I'm not sure what's causing that, actually. Greedy. Okay, so let's think about this. Your goal is you're trying to disconnect these guys. Okay? But you are doing it from a floating group. This group has no foundation next to the edge. Like there's no foundation. All these white stones cancel out your foundation. No foundation. And then their friends are too far away. So it is very possible for white to come around and surround these. Right? It's not an impossible dream. Now, granted, if it was this versus this, you would have an advantage because clearly you have more than white does and you're surrounding faster than white is surrounding. But since this stone can be captured, right? So if we take it and get the now you need a threat. Now you need a co-threat. You need something. I don't know where. But now you can say that white is half alive and you're not alive because white has a potential for life. And the best thing for white to do is actually to try to lose this. So let's pretend I play somewhere and you have to respond and then you take back. Okay, so now you're going to let white get the co-threat or the initiative. So as white, my goal would be to lose this because I don't want to connect right here for 0 points. I want 2 moves in a row out here. So what am I going to do? I'm going to look for 2 moves in a row that fix my problems. Now, all of a sudden, even though you got what you wanted, you have successfully cut these white stones apart. Okay, you have successfully cut through the white. But now the cost of it is white is surrounding you faster than you're being surrounded. Or you're getting, so white is surrounding you faster than you were surrounding white. That is the consequence of winning that co. That is why a co, what the, oh yeah, stupid bug. The co is, you can consider that like half alive. Like it's not comfortable for white. But if I was black, rather than trying to win the co, I would try to lose the co. So I would threaten to cut white off and kill them. The threat is actually more valuable than the co. So threatening to activate the co is more profitable. Hopefully that made sense. Yeah, the other issue is if we pretend that white wins the co, the other issue is this cut now activates. Because it is a ladder to the edge. It is a trap. It's trapped against the edge. Black has nowhere to go. So if white wins this little back and forth fight right here, this cutting point activates. So you have 2 reasons why you don't want to fight that. Yep, this one I mentioned earlier. These guys are very far away from their friend. So this is a very nice invasion point when you have support on the outside. Because now when this runs away, it is also surrounding these. So it is very nice to destroy this area, because if we imagine prior to this, black was controlling this. Once white goes inside, this is gone. And you want to attack white, but you're trapped against the wall. So it's really hard to attack. I don't like this. I don't like this. If you played a threat, right? You said, I'm going to do something if you fill the co. Follow up your co-threat. Otherwise, why did you even play it? If you're not going to follow up your co-threat, it's not a co-threat. Like, if you want to play up here, then just play up here. Don't play a move and have another problem to worry about when you already have a problem. It doesn't make sense. Black, you're alive. This is enough space for this group to be alive. You have eyes for days. So instead, you should try to surround the white group that you have just disconnected. Okay. So you want to stay strong. So you want 1 point jumps, not knight's moves, because you have to respect that you are weak as well. And you want to surround white. White, don't go towards the edge. That's where you want to avoid, because if you get trapped against the edge, it's a life and death problem. So white should try to run away. Maybe here. Some other interesting ideas, but the idea is white wants to run, and you're also surrounding these while you're running. So it's all about this surround, who surrounds who first. That's how this fight works. Fun fact, it's really funny. I actually have the Windows, like, or I don't know where it is now, but I had the Windows to install, so it wasn't pirated or whatever. I don't know what this is, but I had files that I didn't want to risk deleting, like videos and VODs and stuff. So everything worked. So I was like, do I need to install this from the USB stick or whatever? It works. Why do I need it? I don't really, this doesn't bother me. And I didn't want to risk my files. So yeah, fun fact, don't need it. At some point I will. Like, I think I'm going to get blocked from updates at some point in my life, right? Surely I won't just be able to keep this forever. This is an interesting idea. So this is cut off. Okay, so it's a floating group with no foundation. It wants to run to the open section of the board or to its friends. Okay, these are the two directions it wants to run. There's friends over here. There's a lot of space over here. But you decided to run this way. Now, this is not a perfect strong group for white. This is not like super strong. But I think the way you attack is by surrounding things. So I think the direction you're trying to go is this way, because you want to go to your friends while also surrounding. So you want to get to your friends and also surround white. So I think what you want is something along these lines. Now, when you play from your group, you want to make sure that your shape is connected. So let's place some moves on that line, see what happens. So if I go here, knight's moves are commonly cuttable. So we do have to be careful. But it's actually possible to stay connected here, I think. Because I think it's actually quite difficult for white to cut right here. Nope, I'm wrong. White can just cut directly. Wow, funny. No, because if I go here... Okay, not a knight's move. Rule that out. Nope, I think just jump. This has got to be the easiest, right? This has got to be the easiest. Yeah, it doesn't run directly that direction, but it's still kind of abstract it's an abstract surround. It's less direct, but it's connected. So this one feels like it's not quite fast enough, but this is greedy. This is greedy. What if like I just do nothing? What if I just attack these white stones? You cut me off, okay? So these three are weak. You cut it off. But you've lost all your friends. So while I run and you run, your friends are going to die. But I'm not going to die. I'm just going to lose my territory. Groups are worth more than points. Okay, up top, defense is good. Defense is good. However, everything up top looks good. But you forgot that you're floating over here. You got distracted by all this stuff up top that is alive. Like, all this stuff up top has this space up top. But this has nothing. And white is slowly creeping around you. Slowly creeping around you. So stay focused on the weaknesses. White, watch your cutting whites. Like, you don't need to cut. Just run away. Run, run, run. Okay, how is this going to help you? You're probably thinking, oh, if this dies, I'm alive. Sure. But killing something, not attacking, killing, is one of the most unreliable things in Go. Because killing is actually a negative exchange if it doesn't work. So it's incredibly dangerous, requires very accurate reading. But attacking is a lot more reliable. Threatening to do something. A lot more reliable. Just play defense. That's the idea. Now, white, do have to be careful because you did leave a double peep right here. Connect, push, there, cut. However, there's this question of how valuable is that? I think this is still more valuable, but white is surrounding you already. So, maybe this. So, does black die over here? It's debatable. Dangerous for both sides. Everyone's dying. So, let's just not die everywhere. That's the key. That is the key. I think defense first is perfectly fine. I don't think you need to worry about, oh, is this group bigger than that group? Don't worry about it. Just make sure you don't die. Right? It doesn't matter, like, which group is bigger. It matters that you have been dying for the last 20 moves and you're still playing somewhere else. That's the big issue. Don't worry about sacrificing and comparing, counting, none of that. Just don't die. Don't die and get to single digit Q. And stop creating more problems. Run away. Don't worry about anything else. Just run with your stones. That is your issue right now. Oh, sure. Let's create a second problem in addition to the one I already have. And once white cuts me off, I'm going to ignore it. I'm going to create a problem and then ignore it. This is the American debt right here. Like like Americans take out a loan and then they ignore the payments, right? They just ignore it. But then the interest is gonna catch up to them. It's the American economy, right? I'm not sure if you know this, but the American the debt system is not very good for the people in debt. It's fantastic for the people giving the debt to the other people, right? It's fantastic for white. Okay, I think I've spent long enough on this game. So let's look at someone else's game. And hopefully you found that helpful. Okay, what do we got? I probably have to refresh. I didn't put a catch in for future games. Gotta love the F5 refresh button. Mm-hmm. Okay, 8Q versus 8Q. What is wrong? Why is it not loading the times? Is this a review or an upload? Well, that's odd. What is different from this game? Interesting. I think I'm going to make a note of this and check the SGF file. Maybe there's something in the SGF that's different. You gave me a weird one. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Okay. If there's no time info, then there would be no time graph. That makes sense. Got it. Cool. That means I can't criticize how fast you play. Smart. Say, yep, smart, smart. Less things for me to yell at you. So black plus resignation. I think what I want to do is actually down here as well, maybe put the average time, but I don't know. I haven't figured out how I want it to look yet. Okay, no, you go away. The Chinese opening's here. I don't know if you know this. Wait, it might be, are you black or white actually? Hold on. Like, I don't know if I'm reviewing for black or white. No, SGF editors just don't record time. Only OGS does that. It's like one of the features of OGS that exists and is cool, but like it's not shown. It's like, why? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Really? They're not going to attack you. Oh, nice. Nope, nope, nope. Third line. Stay on the third line. Third line is safe. Second line is how you die. The difference here is touching is dangerous. Right? So you're actually the reason you do this. Let's go back to the normal Joseki. Let's go back to the normal pattern, right? Let's start right here. I approach you, you make a base. You start making a foundation. I make a base, right? So now we both have, give me my red. We both have a solid foundation, right? So why isn't this the pattern? Why isn't this Joseki? That is because if I go here first and you take my extension, my base, I'm going to take your base. So now I have made my smaller base while taking yours. To reach people that may not know what Go is. That way other people might see what Go is and come check it out. Advertising the game. So you can actually make your base while taking white space if this happens. So what you're doing, what you're threatening, is you're saying, I'll either make a base on the outside or I'll make a base where your base is supposed to be. So white usually blocks their base. Now, of course, we'd love to go here. This would be fantastic because it makes a bigger base for white. But we know, hey, there's a problem there. I can be cut and trapped. So I'm going to back off one. Now, white has their base. Now, white is all good, fine, and dandy. And you're not. So now you need to come back and play defense. So you come back and make your base. Okay, so now let's go back here. So this is the best looking base that you can get, right? This is as far as you can go. And bases are on the third line. Second line is not a base. But you can threaten to make the base in the corner. So the second line is a slide. It is stealing eye space is what it's for. Okay, you're stealing black's eye space, and if black lets you, you will make life in their corner. You'll take away their value. So they're going to block, and then you're going to make your base. If you didn't know that this was stealing, then you shouldn't have played it, because that's not defense. Second line is not good for eyes. But it is good for stealing eye space. So it's good for like making like a half eye kind of Incente. Oh, actually, while I have everyone here, I just saw the merchant announcement. Guys. My samples came in. So this is the mouse pad. Right? So this is the this is on the merch, the Sumego Dragon merch, which you can click that link and it'll navigate to. So this is a 7x7. Yeah, this is 7x7. It's the biggest one I could fit. And I think that'll be great for like teaching kids on and stuff. There's also a 5x5 mouse pad, I believe. And it came out very well. I'm very happy with it. Fun fact, if you want to order it before I fix this, there's no name right here. I don't know if you can see that. So each of the QR codes is like, this is the rules, this is the meetups. I forgot the title of that QR code. So it's a little bit of a anti-typo because no type. And then for my more favorite one, check this out. Ah, the camera doesn't do it justice. Okay, so this is a big mouse pad. Okay, so there is a 13x13, a 9x9, and a 5x5 for teaching beginners on. If you ever played like Magic the Gathering or any sort of card games, this is kind of similar material, maybe a little bit nicer. Either that or the same, I don't know. But this is the same material as a mouse pad, but it has 3 go boards on it. And my idea with this is for teaching. I'm hoping to use this, or hopefully people will use this to teach people. And I'm also very happy with how this turned out. And this is my little idea. Maybe people won't agree with it, but for the 5x5, I put beginner. The 9x9, I put intermediate. And the 13x13, I put advanced. Because it makes people feel like they're progressing and getting better at the game. If I had room for a 19x19, I would call that expert. Because once you're out of the 20 Qs, feeling like you're an expert, you worked really hard to get out of the 20 Qs and you're an expert now, I think is just a good feeling. And by making people feel good about their improvement, they're more likely to stick with playing Go. That is my hope from this design. But I really love how it turned out. I'm very happy with how it turned out. Yeah, so I plan to use this for teaching at conventions and stuff. Okay, fair warning. I really liked this, right? So I thought about using it for my mouse pad. But I'm not going to. Because I recognize that my mouse pad is going to get dirty. I might spill a drink on it, who knows? And I really don't want to stain my nice Go board. So I don't trust myself with the nice mouse pad. I don't know how you feel about it, but I don't trust myself with it. Also, Amaranth, you mentioned you wanted to see the tote bag. Okay, you wanted to know if it was wide enough. So there's 2 tote bags, one tall, one wide. This is the wide one, and this is one design of it. It does fit the Badut Club board. So this board is on Badut Club. It does, in fact, fit this width. I tested it earlier, and it does fit. So I don't know how big your boards are, but this should, in theory, hold a table board probably 2 inches thick or less. So in theory, it should. If you have a fold-up board, I think the tall one would be better. So this Battle Club one is a fold-up. I think I would rather have the tall one and then put the ghost stones at the bottom. One thing you want to remember with ghost stones that I have learned the hard way: put a rubber band on the lid if you're going to be putting it somewhere where it's going to be bumping into stuff. So if you have a rubber band on your ghost stone bowls, then that bag will be great. So these were the samples that I ordered, and I'm very happy with them. The only thing that I'm not sure how I feel about, well, I think I've made a decision, but you will see that the size of the grid is 1 inch squares, and technically they're supposed to be 0.9, so it's a slightly bigger. So the ghost stone will just have a millimeter between each stone. Like it'll have like a millimeter between them and your stone and the other stone. So some Go players might care, and I thought about fixing it, but I think I'm not going to. My reasoning is a lot of this stuff is meant for beginners, right? For teaching. And beginners don't know how to place the stones, so they're going to be constantly trying to put their fingers between the stones. Well, this gives them just a millimeter more room to play the stones. And it doesn't look all that bad to beginners. It's not like super obvious unless you've been staring at a Go board for 17 years of your life. So yeah, merch shout out. Very happy with it. Oh, that's fine. I thought you had asked, like, would it fit a table board? And I wanted to let you know that, yes, it would. It was one of the things I tested when I got it, to answer the question. Okay, back to this game. Third line. You want to be on the third line to survive. Second line is slow. And if anyone has any more questions about the products, just let me know. Good. Try to make the eye space. Another option to consider: push, block, which is threatening their cutting point, and then play your move. The difference is it's already pre-blocked, so they can't just come under. Yeah, do it in advance, because right now they might just come under and try to cut you while also stealing your eye space. Okay, good. Yeah, I would just go ahead and live. I like this. Okay. It is your turn to attack. Do you know the common way to attack this? Close. Close, close, close. Very close. You are technically correct in everything you did for what you were trying to do. You wanted to pincer and take the base, because if you do something else, black will make the base. Makes sense. And then you pincer it from the fourth line because you pincered it from the third line. When you are pincering something, triangle, you want one third line, one fourth line. If you're on fourth line on this side, then you want to be third line on that side. And if you're third line on that side, you want to be fourth line on this side. That is how you attack from both sides. Fundamentally, but like there's exceptions, of course, like with everything. But in this case, typically two stones want a 3 space extension, but in this case they can only get 2 space extension. And when you attack for profit. So I think this move is perfectly fine, but typically we cap and then try to surround, like either with a diagonal or a knight's move. And the idea is we are surrounding it a little bit faster. This is a pattern that you can consider. With that being said, I don't think this is that bad, because when they run away, you are still making plenty of profit. As long as you are profiting, you can get to Dawn level. Okay, just make sure you profit when you attack. So, not a bad move, but I just want you to know the other pattern exists. Okay, how many of you know the reason this two space is acceptable? How many of you know about the ladder? This stone is a ladder breaker. This is the SGF editor that I am building. So it's not perfect yet, still has a few kinks to work out. One of the big things that I'm doing is shortcuts for tools and more OGS stats, which this one was a self-submitted game, so it doesn't have the times per move, but OGS games will show the time per move. And if I can get any other data, I'm putting it in here. As much data as I can find, I'm putting in this thing. Okay, this is my SGF editor junkie. Long term, it's supposed to be a foundation for reviewing like pro games. Right now, I'm building it for the sake of using it myself, because if I'm using it, that means it's working well. And by using it, I'll be able to say what works, what doesn't. But this is going to be the foundation for pro game database. With that being said, I really should be focusing on the Go problems, so I'm a little bit distracted at the moment. I'm having fun, but I don't know how soon I will upload the pro games, because I probably need to get like Puzzle Rush done. I need to upload more problems. This will help me edit the problems though, so it's part of the reason I justified it to myself. It will help me do game reviews, ideally, and it will let me edit the Go problems with this instead of this pop-up that has a few bugs, so not every single Go problem can be edited. So this is like a tool that I'm building for mostly me, but eventually it will be for you too. And you can use it now if you want, but I don't think this is the best one yet. Okay, so this is a ladder breaker, okay? If black chooses to go into this 3-3, you have to worry about black connecting right here, right? This is annoying. We don't want black to connect right there. And even if we cut black, right, even if we do that, black's gotten a little bit closer to an eye, and there's this annoying endgame, right? That's annoying. We don't want that. So let's cut black. Let's make sure these two black stones don't connect. All right. Well, black's going to try to make life in the corner. Well, we don't want that. This is our corner. We don't want black to live in our corner. So we're going to do this. And this pattern is the J group. Okay, if you don't know it, I know this lovely little website called SemegoDragon.com that teaches you Go problems, and this is the corner life and death category. Shameless plug, but plug nonetheless. Anyway, so you want to kill it, right? That's what you want. You want to kill this corner. But you have a cutting point. Guess what? There's a ladder breaker. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now what? You can't ladder it, right? And this is getting really clunky. This is getting really clunky. So you're in a lot of trouble now, right? So, oh, fudge. Where'd my branch go? Yeah, right. Right here and then here. Yeah, that one, and then we want that one. Yeah. The old school 015. Do you mean like this? Either way, the point is there's a lot of problems in the corner that white has to be aware of. Now, it's not that white has to deal with it per se, but if white gets too aggressive right here, the 3-3 stuff activates. So white has to constantly keep an eye on this and this cutting point while dealing with this stone. Also, black now has a forcing move. Well, if you go right here, I cut you. If you go right here, I have the Aji underneath it. Right? That's why this two space is a thing. To review. To review, so you don't forget everything in there. The idea of this stone is it helps. Give me the letters. It helps the A invasion because when you invade at A, there's a cutting point at B, and the stone at C helps the cut at B. So C helps the A and B weaknesses. Hopefully that'll help you remember. What's your plan here? Because as far as I'm concerned, you have a dragon. Okay, you have a string of stones with no foundation. It wants to run away or run to his friends. Right? So how is going this way going to help you? So let's think about this. Let's see what happens. How is this going to play out? How is this going to play out? So if I play white right here, I think I can go right. Yeah, there's a lot to read there. But let's just say I go right here, and I'm cutting you off, right? How is this helping you? You're the one defending. You don't have the right to say I'm going to keep them separated. Oh, you're white. Sorry. I flip-flopped. My bad. You're white. I forgot. Forgot. Got into the 3-3 nonsense. Completely forgot. This is how I would first approach it. There is a little bit of concern, though. When you cut right here and then cut right here, these two stones only have 3 liberties. Okay? 3 of these little lifelines. When there's 3 or less, this is where Tsuji or tactics are found. Okay? This is where you find the cool tactics, as these chess players call it. And the one right here is a nose Tsuji. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Danger. What is it, Danger Will Robinson? So you might have to go here. And now you get cut, but at least you have 4 liberties instead of 3. Going right here is kind of, it's kind of a similar, I guess. So it's hard to say. I can't say this is wrong, but this is my first instinct. But I can't say yours is wrong because of what I read. But if you didn't read it, you're wrong. L17 was okay because of the sequence. But if you didn't know the sequence, then it's probably bad style or bad habit. I'm a big fan of attachments, but this is really difficult to follow up. Crosscuts are hard to read. So this is a very dangerous way to play, but I like playing this way because I'm the attacker, so I can create complications. Very dangerous though, so be careful. Did you say thank you to your opponent when they fixed all of your 3-3 Aji? Did you buy them lunch? Is that why they played this? Did you buy them lunch? You said this was in person. Did you pay for their meal? Maybe they were like politely thanking you. Ew. Okay, good. I want to say another option, but maybe this is probably bad. You could threaten to connect and then clamp, but then you have the monkey jump, so it's probably bad. Nice running away shape. Very good style right here. Very good play. Not good play. You think you're attacking, and you have no issues. But you do, in fact, have an issue. There's no foundation right here. Okay? If there's no foundation, and I run away with these black stones, I'm going to surround you. You are attacking from weakness. You're trying to pretend like you're a regular attacker without acknowledging you have weakness. When you have weakness, don't attack like normal. Attack from the weakness. Surround it this way, and your profit is defense and sente. Now you can go a little bit tighter here. This is a pet peeve of mine. Stop playing Peeps, okay? I swear you guys play Peeps and kill all of my future plans. My children lies in Aji. All of my Dawn stuff, my Dawn magic, all of my stuff lies in Aji. Pet peeve. Did I say pet peeve? Anyway, every time you freaking play a Peep or push a diagonal or play any sort of Sente move that fixes your opponent, you are killing my children. Now, you don't want to kill Clossius' children. That is murder. Okay? But. Sometimes Peeps are good. Sometimes Sente is good. When is it good? Well, this is the fundamental move, okay? I am running away without getting cut, and I'm surrounding black. Oh, hey. How's it going? Welcome. So this is the normal. When you want more power, right, you want to be like, hey, I'm going to go here. But this has cutting points, right? It's dangerous. This is when you use Aji. Aji is used to support your goal and make your goal more effective, or do your goal more effectively, okay? So if you're just playing Peeps willy-nilly, you're actually killing your future options. But if your goal is to surround this while running away, now you are one line tighter thanks to the Peep. And because the horse face is not cuttable, you're doing it while still following the rule of thumb of stay connected. You use Aji to do your job better. You don't use Aji just because it looks cool and your opponent has to respond. Do not kill the Aji. It's Aji Keshi, which means you're fixing your opponent's Aji. Sente moves are bad unless they help you accomplish your goal. If they don't, save them for later. Later fights. The Aji is very helpful. You want Dawn Magic? Dawn Magic lies on Aji. Every time you push a diagonal, every time you Peep when it's irrelevant, you kill your Dawn moves. Okay, you are killing your future. You're taking away your future attacks, your future options, your future Tsuji's tactics. All of that because you were like, my opponent has to respond to me. Ha ha. Yeah, you fixed all their stuff. That's why I said, did you buy them lunch when they fixed all your stuff? I know. I am letting other people in the board game category become aware of Go, since my viewership is fine and I don't really rely on it. I figure let's advertise Go. And the title says beginners welcome, and it's not a lesson, so that means beginners can interact and ask, what is this? So my hope is that it will advertise Go a little bit. Yeah, I like that you spotted this cut, or this squeeze or whatever, and then you ended up cutting, so it's nice. I think you're attacking with weakness again, because these two are not alive, and this is a 2-space, which is cuttable, and this is this weird little fat, awkward-looking elephant, okay? So an elephant is a diagonal 1-space jump. It jumps over, and it's called an elephant. I don't know why it's called an elephant, but it's called an elephant. So when you have a diagonal and it jumps 1 space plus whatever this is, you have this freaking, I guess, a whale, because now there's a little tail, and there's a body, and there's an eye, and it said, I'm going to go over here. Okay, so it may be this little whale shape instead of an elephant. If an elephant has cutting points, the whale has a lot of cutting points, okay? This is super duper cuttable. Like, there's some ideas right here, there's some ideas right here, there's some ideas right here. There's so many cutting points to consider. Yeah, the whale jump is not super great, and I see it a lot. So it's a little dangerous to do this. Typically, to the slide, we respond with a diagonal. And black still owes a move to make the eye, right? Black still owes a move in Gote to make the eye. Otherwise, you can still take the eye like this, and it's a false eye. Okay, so black still owes a move, so it's okay. And your job isn't to kill. Your job is to surround. Okay? This doesn't help you surround. It kind of does. It kind of does. Like, yeah, but like, you're taking unnecessary risk. Just profit and win the game. You do this, they do this crap or whatever, and you surround them, and you're happy. They're stuck with 2 points. I don't even care. Let them live. Let them live. Let them live without killing you. Let them live somewhere else. Okay, let them live. Let them live. Who cares? All of this is profitable. All of this is winning you the game. And I don't know if you guys know this, but the way you win and go is by profit, not by points. Okay, big difference in the P. Big difference. Big difference. Okay? Because if I have 100 points and I subtract my opponent's score of 100 points, I have 0 points. If I have 10 points and I subtract 5 points because my opponent only made 5, because I'm the attacker, I'm going to get more, that equals 5 points of points. This is profit. This is not. In other words, 10 is greater than, just turn your head sideways and it'll be fine, 100, depending on what your opponent has. The goal of the game is to learn how to write letters with the pen. The goal of the game is profit, okay? The goal of the game is profit. Probably I should write in cursive, right? As soon as I disconnected. I don't even know if that's right. Anyway, the goal of the game is profit, not points, okay? Don't worry about making points. Points in Gote is stupid. Points in Gote is small. What you want is a base, and then you want to attack something. You want to attack from a strong foundation and make profit. Profit is how you win. This is an exchange rate game, not a first one to get to 100 points wins game. It's not a race, it's an exchange rate. It's a very important concept. Okay, I've spent enough time on this game, so let's move on to another one. Go is a religion. All hail our Lord and Savior Sai, the father of AlphaGo. Did I just offend people? I don't know how many people I just offended with that, but I apologize. I thought it was funny. Half-point game. Wow. So you are black. So you are black. 4.5 seconds. Little on the fast end, but who isn't, I guess. I think a good number to aim for is like 7-8 seconds plus. Nice comeback. There must have been a Goose Tsuji, I guess. All hail the Goose Tsuji, the winner of impossible wins. The winner of impossible positions. Okay. What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, whatever. Not fundamental. What are you doing? Like, what are you doing? What are you even doing? Do you even want to win? You are doing the anti-Clossy everything. Watch cutting points. If you want to Atari first, that's fine. Only because you have future eye potential. So this Aji Keshi is okay. This one is how you die. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now what? Another way, I think, is to play this one, and that is because now it is a ladder. And so white will probably slide, and then I will still fix my cutting point so my opponent doesn't have a ladder breaker in Sente. Are you like testing my patience right now? This is everything I have come to hate about code. Everything that I would tell you not to do, you're doing. Okay, if you think this is the ladder breaker, it's not, because these two stones get into trouble. So it is not a ladder breaker. Okay, chaos is a style, okay? I get it. Chaos is a style. But cutting points are still cutting points. Whether you're chaotic or not, you're going to die if you have a lot of cutting points. People like to believe chaos is a ladder. But power is power, and dawn is dawn. It doesn't matter how much chaos Q players cause. They are yet to be a dawn. This technically works. Boom, 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 boom. Yay, we're not cuttable. Technically works. Okay. So, bottom? No, just boom. Invite him in. Attack. Bottom, bottom. There we go. Okay. Don't armpit. Armpit stink. Go here. Approach it from one space away. Okay. If the center is the sky, let's make it yellow. Where's yellow? If the center, I said yellow. If the center is the sun, the center is the sky. The center of the board is the sky. Okay, that means, give me blue. Give me my red, actually. So the center is the sky. That means this little guy, his shoulder is here, because the shoulder is above your body, kind of. Whatever, shut up. The armpit is right here. So let's imagine, like, I'm a stick figure, yada, yada, and I'm saying, hi, waving my hand. Armpit, shoulder. Armpit, shoulder. Center is the sun. Center is the sky. Armpit, good. Shoulder, opposite of what I just said. Shoulder is good. Armpit stinks. Okay, armpit stink. Now, the reason for that is because when they block, you have annoying amount of liberties. Okay? You have very low liberties. When you only have 3 liberties, or lifelines, if you don't know what liberty means, when you only have 3, bad things can happen. 3 or less, bad things can happen. So you approach, not armpit. Now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if they play here, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, right? It's a lot easier to fight when you have more liberties. That is the reason you do not play armpits. They're sweaty, they smell, they're stinky. Even axe can't save your armpit hit, okay? Like, don't do it. You did it twice. Oh my gosh. Oh, so you need the whole freaking axe body wash, okay? Like, holy crap. Steal the base. No foundation, no house. You can go here, because if they cut, you go here, right? And they like, I have to save myself, but then they have a problem right here. So they have to fix. Fix their cut, you fix your cut, everybody's happy. Well, that could have gone a little bit better for you. Okay. Move on. Yeah, good timing, good timing, good timing. Sure, whatever. Yep, check the cut. Da-da-da, it's a ladder because we're doing our Go problems on SumegoDragon.com. Ooh, attack time. I like it. I like it. Just remember that these two stones are not connected yet, so you need to attack from this side. Touch Nobi, touch Nobi, Nobi a stretch, touch stretch. Okay? Freaking go to yoga class. They touch you, you stretch. You hane, you get cut. Lots of bad things can happen. Lots of bad things can happen from crosscuts. Don't Atari crosscuts. This is the common Q blunder. We all want to Atari because it feels awesome. We're trying to capture our opponent. This is the worst move to play in the crosscut. The crosscut says extend. Either here, 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 or here. There are 4 extends for black. If you are saying, I want to play the crosscut, you need to read all freaking 4, okay? Don't just read 1, don't just read 2, read 4, okay? If you can't count to 4, don't play the crosscut. Count to 4, play the crosscut, okay? Reading is important. Not in this case, but like, this is like, why is it bad? Because of the liberties, blah, blah, blah. But you still read it, right? You need to know that there's 4 options to consider. Usually only 1 or 2 of them are good. But if you don't pick the 1 or 2 of them that are good, you're gonna die, right? This is why it's dangerous. But if you Atari, now you have a cutting point and still the other problem. If you extend and they do whatever, you can do whatever, right? Whatever happens, happens. But you can focus on the other problem because you have fixed this one. But if you go here, you haven't fixed it. You still owe another move. That is why it's a mistake. You still have a cutting point. Oops. And now white can counterattack. Oh no. Oh no. Now there's 2. Ah. Oh, this is how dead groups are made. You could have died. Maybe. Oh, why is there never any good Tsujis? Okay, whatever. White played correctly. That should have been a lot better for you than it was. Because, if you remember, you just go right here. You are cutting their elephant, their diagonal 1-point jump. They are running away, and you are getting their crap now. Or attacking them. You're the strong one. Attack with strong shapes. But instead, you got cut, and you started getting in trouble, and that is because you played the crosscut. Crosscuts are dangerous. Don't ignore your weak groups. Stay on your weak groups. The response to this is to block. It's basically the same kick shape. And then they make their stuff, and then you make your stuff. If they do not make their stuff, you have a lot of potential right here. So a lot of Aji, and you can just run away if you need to. But there's a lot of Aji right here. A lot of forcing move potential. If they try to cut you, remember our lesson of 1, 2, 3. 3 liberties or less. Maybe there's tactics. Maybe there's Tsujis. Da-da-dun, dun-da-dun, dun-da-dun-dun, dead. Scary, right? Very scary for white. White doesn't want that. I mean, look at that freaking dumpling. Black looks hungry for the dumpling. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't, but it's usually not good, right? That is why we want to block right here, because we're likely going to get the base anyway, but it's better to have it pre-blocked. Nice slide. Steal while making, but you missed the cut. So maybe not so nice a slide. Fix your cut. Fix your cutting point. Don't die. Number 1 rule of Clossius approach. Don't die. If you can't live, then you're not going to win the game. Everything of yours is dying. The answer for white is actually to go right here. Because if black connects, they're trapped. and if black cuts, you take, save, cut. This one guarantees that the 3 stones in the corner are cut off. Little complicated, but fancy. Fancy way to do it. This way, black has some potential connections, maybe. I don't know, just a little more options, and I don't like giving my opponent options. Have you heard of this thing called the snapback? If not, snapback on SumegaDragon.com. Because snapback coming to a Go group near you. Whoops. Whoops. Also, have you heard that Knight's moves are cuttable? I don't know if you know this, but Knight's moves are cuttable. And you are playing defense right now. Don't get cut when you run. It's one of the most important steps of not dying. And as you know, not dying is like #1 thing Clossius approach. What are you doing? I feel like you're trying to die. I feel like you're trying to die. But your opponent keeps not killing you. Stop it! Just run away! Stop trying to kill yourself! This is kind of funny. There are worse ways to try to die. Waiting for the shoe to drop. This is a lot of things to read. I think this is a trap for white, though. Like, I think white could just destroy a lot of black stuff, but it's complicated. Another shape on SumegaDragon.com. Attack the bamboo. In this case, there is an Atari, but once white fixes, you have a bamboo problem. So you have to fix the bamboo, but now you're in a broken shape. So this broken shape is also bad, according to our basics. Therefore, just don't die! Oh, is that that's the StarCraft guy, right? And also the new Bits feature, is that Bits? I think I saw it in Bats. Artosis. Yeah, I think I saw this show up in Bats stream. Nice, nice. Thank you for the bits. Bamboo strong. Getting Atari, not strong. If you're dead, move on. Don't continue the sequence. If you continue the sequence, you make it worse. You typically double the value if you finish the sequence. By doing nothing, you still have a lot of Aji. But as soon as you finish the sequence, you've actually doubled the value of the problem. Hey, remember this whole thing that you have to like deal with? Right? And then I connect and you have to live, and then I can come back and attack your whole group over here. And while you're trying to live, I'm going to attack everything over here, make profit, double attack. I don't know. I'm playing a bunch of stuff, but anyway, that's the idea. Don't attack this bamboo. This one is strong. Attack. Oh, crap. Oh, this is how you die again. Yep, that's how you die. Attacking the wrong bamboo. If you're dead, move on. That's cool.
Poro_Seguto just followed.
Thank you for the follow. So it's a glowing message. Nice. That's cool. I think I like the emotes more, because if you get some like funny looking emotes like Bat's head or whatever, can gigantify like their head. Can I gigantify as the streamer? Do I have gigantify options? Uh-oh. I've made a terrible mistake. Stretch. Okay. Can I gigantify? I am not paying myself 23 bits. That's stupid. Whatever. I'm not paying myself 23 bits. Thank you for the bits. What I was trying to do, I was actually trying to use a... I was trying to use this one. I like to go on Bat Stream and use that emote. Okay, like one of the reviewing for black. Reviewing for black. Oh, hey, someone ordered something. Thank you for the order. Yes, but you're not looking at your own cutting points. Yeah, that one is for the bits reward. I think, is it 1,000 bits? I don't know. You have to figure it out. I don't know how everything works. That was like an hour ago. Oh well. Notifications, they do what they do. Yeah, I think the big issue is you keep getting cut. Stop getting cut and don't die, and your life will be a lot easier. This one gets cut. Can't do that. Oh dear. It's about to blow up in your face, isn't it? And it blew up in your face. Uh-oh. Do I have a bat sweat? I think I'm subscribed, right? I do have a bat sweat. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, right? Don't die and your life will be a lot easier.
Mofolk just followed.
It's okay, it wasn't big enough. Oh my gosh. Oh, you are so much anti-Clossius. No, it's dead. No, you're black. Never mind. Okay, I think that's enough. I think I spent enough time on this game. So hopefully you found it helpful. All right, we'll probably end it with this one. With the crispy toast. All right, what do we got? 208. What goose dropped this graph that much? Oh my gosh. Massive goose. Massive goose. Holy crap. Hey, 14.1 seconds. Average time used. I love it. Look at you taking your time like an actual Go player. Awesome. Actually thinking in the thinking game. Great. Love it. A lot of spikes. Okay, cool. Loving it. Loving it. Good first impression. Except for that goose. You can just use this like right here. Just when you click load SGF, put it in here and click load SGF. This is the OGS link one. This is the only one that actually has the stats because other SGFs don't have them. Only OGS's SGFs have them. Just block your base. Just be alive and everything will work out. Okay, this is how you die. This has 2 cutting points. This is just alive and you get the corner first. Just being alive is a great way to win the game. Just connect. Oh, why do you people just refuse to save yourselves? Touch, no B. Good habit. Touch, stretch, touch, stretch, 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 stretch. The other one here is actually the Hane right here, the little bendy aroundy, because the crosscut does not work if they're trapped against the edge. So this is not a crosscut. This is a dead stone. So they do that, and then you can make your base. Yay! Life! If they do this, you just Nobi, base, or stretch, base. Okay, make your base. I don't want to tell you to do this because we're on the same level digit key, but you can do this if you feel comfortable. Make your base. Foundation is important. Give me my red pen. Foundation. Very important. .9 seconds, 0.7 seconds. That's insane. Holy crap. Just so you know, I have a filter to filter out the way OGS works is it has move X number, Y number, time number. And I filter out the move numbers from the time numbers by saying anything greater than 400 milliseconds. So if it gets below 0.4, it won't register on this graph as a time spent move. It'll literally think it's a move on the go board because you play so fast. I didn't think anyone would get to 0.4 milliseconds. And if you do, you don't deserve my graph, okay? If you go below 0.4 seconds a move, you don't deserve my graph. Just, yeah, no. Oh, man. Okay. Dadgum, that's fast. Make your base. Live. Be alive. Even Frankenstein had better ideas. Oh my gosh, everything's cuttable. Okay. 1 cutting point, 2 cutting point, 3 cutting point, 4 cutting point, 5 cutting point. This is how dead groups are made. Just freaking live, I swear. I will freaking send you a virtual feel-good cookie. Not really, because screw that, but like live and I'll think about it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Fix! It doesn't matter. You have a million, like, cutting points. Okay, so first off, this one killed you. Not, in fact, a ladder, okay? It literally killed you. Second off, just because it's a ladder doesn't mean it's always good, right? Because I have a thing called a ladder breaker. I can now use this cutting point to destroy your bottom side. Right? Additionally, if you have a ladder this way, it's not because there's a stone right there. Additionally, you can't have 2 ladders on the same cutting stone because if you try to go ladder this one, this cut activates. And if you try to ladder this one, this cut activates. You can't have 2 ladders on the same stone. It doesn't work. There's Ataris everywhere. So I think I just said, what, 3 or 4? I forget reasons why this is not good. It's how you die. Also, don't peep. Peeps are bad. Said it early in the stream. If you aren't watching the whole stream, what are you doing with your life? Not improving a go, that's for sure. You can only improve if you watch my streams. Okay. Okay. Know what I would love right now? I would love to have a base. I would love to have foundation right here. because that means anything on the bottom I can attack. Ladder is good to capture a cutting stone, yes. But leaving a ladder is giving your opponent a free move anywhere in that sequence. Okay, so let's use this one as an example. Okay, this is a ladder, right? Bada bam, bada bam, right? You trap them in this sort of trap sequence. But even though it's a trap and it works for you, anything on this line is free for white. Anything white plays on this line, you have to fix your cut. This is an annoying problem to have. So while it's important to know how to capture the cutting stone, it is also important to recognize threatening to cut is still effective for your opponent as well. Surround. Wait, why? This one's the only one you can do because they're going to die first. This is the one you can't do because they're going to die. Oh, whatever. I'm glad you're not getting cut. That's the important thing. Surround them is more important than killing them. Let them crawl. Every time they crawl, you gain 2 points, okay? Every time they do this, you are just more and more winning the game. Be happy. They are telling you to win the game. You let them tell you that. One, two, three. Typically, cutting points sometimes will work like dominoes.
Tenny, I just followed.
Thank you for the follow, Tiniki. So a lot of the times these can work like dominoes, where if you go down the line of cuts, the last one will activate. And then if you play the last one, or the first one and the last one at the same time, sometimes this one will activate. So like if you do that, then I can do that. This is not like true for this particular case because this one's against the edge, but you got to be careful of like 1, 2, 3 on the same dragon, the same line of stones. 3 cutting points will sometimes affect each other. Good tiger's mouth. Fix the cut. Okay. I would love to cap right now, but unfortunately, I don't have a freaking base. These guys, no foundation. No foundation, no attacky. Okay, it's a little hard to attack with no foundation. So I have to freaking make a base. Make the base, make the base. You run away. Now I can attack you. Because now I have the foundation. That's looking a little bit worrisome. That looks like reading. That's what that looks like. We don't read at 11Q. We basics at 11Q. You can basics your way to 5Q. You don't need reading until 5Q. Ooh, 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 shape, shape, boom. This is the L 1-point jumps. The L 1-point jumps have this really annoying weakness right here because it threatens 2 disconnect points, 2 cutting points. Okay? This is why when you run from a 1-space jump, you do so with the dog's face. That is this little triangle shape. If you do it with the L shape, you have an annoying spot right here that's annoying. Okay, so this is the target. Good, response to the elephant is a knight. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Surround, surround, I'm loving it. Okay, I lost track of the color for a second. I was like, I am reviewing for the right color, right? Okay. Remember how you don't have a base? Just live, and white is dead. Close to death, anyway. Just don't be dead. All you have to do is not be dead here. Second line is not where the eyes are. This looks like you're gonna die. You're gonna die, aren't you? You're gonna die. I feel like you're gonna die. This looks like you're gonna die. I think you're gonna die. Everyone's ignoring this right now. What the heck? What? Why is everyone ignoring this? This is like the game deciding fight. Why is everyone ignoring? When do you come back to it? Da 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 da. I don't care. Bottom left matters. Da 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 da. Okay, there we go. Boom, dum 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 dum. It's still not finished. There's still a cut locally. Why do you insist on not finishing the bottom? I don't care what happened right here. I'm just looking at this bottom side. Da 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 da. Oh, white got it first. And Panuki's is vital points. Clamps are for squeezes, not for eyes. So a clamp is when you clear. A clamp is when you have a stone right here and you play on the other side. You're trying to squeeze this stone. Okay, that is good for squeeze plays to try to surround something or whatever. But for eyes, you need give me my stones. For eyes, you need this shape, right? So you need there to not be a stone in there. So this is the shape that you're looking for. So in here, how many vital points? Well, we want to find all the diagonals, tiger's mouths, and eyes. So there's one, and two. That stone is dead. Okay. This is the only basic move. Okay, this is the only basic move. Don players, shut up. It's the only basic move. Only one basic move. The problem is the habits. Okay, even if an 11Q plays the correct move, it doesn't matter if the follow-up sucks, as we see here. Right? It doesn't matter if they don't know the follow-up. What matters is learning the simpler shapes first and then build on top of that with reading. Okay, it's important to know what these simple shapes are because they require less reading. They're easier to execute. They're a lot less likely to mess it up. And then as you develop your reading, you'll have a solid shape foundation to build your reading on. It doesn't matter if they're playing the AI move or the Don move or whatever, if the follow-up kills them. Doesn't matter. Habits. I've heard of a cool trick for that. Not speaking from experience, because nope, no idea how strong that could be. But maybe it'll be good for you. A trick that I've heard from other people is to think of something that you really don't like. So for one person, they really hated this person in their life. They constantly put them down and they really hated that person. So every time they would go to smoke, they would think of that person, looking at them and laughing and calling them a failure. And so they associated it with this negative that they hated so much that they stopped. I don't know if that will work or not, and that's only if you're interested. Some people just don't care. But it is a thing that I have heard. Stepmom approach. Is that what it's called? Is that a legitimate name for it? That would be interesting. Yeah. This fight. This whole fight down here, you had the advantage. White could have died, but because you attacked without foundation, without a base, it blew up. It backfired. Yeah. This is because you are attacking without foundation. That's it. Just make a base and then attack. And the fight will be a lot easier to handle. Also, cutting points. Oh my gosh. How many times have you guys heard me and Bats and probably Benkyo too? I haven't watched his streams recently, but how many times have you heard us talk about cutting points when we review our students' games? It is the freaking obvious secret of Q levels is master the cutting points. Oh man. All you have to do is read your cuts, protect your cuts, punish your opponent's cuts, learn how to peep cuts and take advantage of cuts directly and indirectly. It's amazing how many games are decided by cutting points. Gotcha. Yeah, so I think the two things to remember is a ladder breaker is profitable for your opponent, and one cut can activate another cut. So even if you can ladder on one side, you can't ladder the other side if they combine them. So even if they're both ladders, if you sack one and then play the other, then there's not two ladders. There's only one. So watch out for cut combinations and watch out for ladder breakers. And then attack from a base. And hopefully you find that helpful. It's all about them cuts, No, because it's all about that base. The base is that song goes with my base strategies, my base approach. All about the base, whatever. Need another song for cuts. Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. And for those interested, you can play around with the editor. It is still under development, so it's not perfect. But you can play around with the editor here, and you can upload your OGS games. When you do so, it will give you access to your time per move right here. And this, I want it to automatically scroll to the graph, but it doesn't. It starts up here. Still playing around with this. Like I said, still in development. But you can still see the graph and your time per move. If you're interested in playing around with it, you can do so. If you have feedback, let me know. But it's just a little tool that I'm building for myself right now to support future development of Sumego Dragon. Like this is going to be help me edit Go problems. It's going to help me with games later. Yeah, it's just a simple iframe. I didn't really have a quick fix for now, and I wanted to be able to see the graph when I did the game reviews today. So I just threw it in there. But I would love to have access to the freaking graph. Oh my gosh, then I could make it look however I want in the games or whatever. Give me a game so I can continue with this rant. I want this data. I can make it look however I want. No. I picked 400 because the max, I guess I could do like, no. Probably 200 would work. But the idea was it needs to be a number that is guaranteed to be bigger than any board size you might import. And I don't see anyone playing on a 400 by 400. I think 200 should be fine as well. I just picked 4 to be overly cautious. And I thought it would be fine. And then you showed up in my chat. And now I'm wondering why I don't play chess. Making me question my life decisions. Yeah, but if I could access this data from like the API or whatever, I could just make the graph match whatever theme I'm coming up with. Whatever theme I'm coming up with right here, I could just match it with the graph. I could use this graph, do a line thingamajig, and then make it look pretty. I don't know how this is going to look pretty yet, but surely this will look pretty at some point. Drop you a note. Yeah, can do so. I actually looked into the graph because I can turn the graph sideways. So on chess.com, When you are looking at a game position or whatever, oh my gosh, go to my freaking games. Watch. When you're watching a game, how do I watch a game? Oh my gosh. Okay, profile. Where's my profile? Me, match history. There we go. When you have this, there's this little bar right here, and no, there was something over here that showed me time per move. Ah, it's when someone's playing, not. I gotta watch. Where's active games? How do I see an active game? Where do you watch people? Aha. Aha ha ha. Okay, well there was a this right here. This right here. This is what I'm talking about. This little bit right here. I thought, okay, what if I did that for this? Like I put it up and down and took up less real estate on the screen, less screen real estate. There's a lot more moves in Go. Okay. If you see this number right here, there's a lot more moves in Go. So this became very, very long very quickly. And it got to the point that I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that. I probably could put this in a scrollable box. So I'm still playing around with ideas. Like, I don't know how I want this to look at. Right now, I just wanted it to work so I could use it. But I don't really have a good UI design for it yet. But if I did that and this graph, then I could make like some sort of floating thing. Like already I like this thing right here that I can just pull it up and then put it down. I think this is already better than what the what is right here. This is so tiny and I can't see the moves and the time per move. Above the move tree? No, like I already have too many things on here. Like the less is more on the UI design. An accordion box. Hold on, what is that? Accordion box UI design. What does this mean exactly? Horizontally expanding box. Like a drop down? You mean like this? Is this what you mean? Because I hate this with a passion. Every time I move to click my name, it pops out, or every time the mouse accidentally moves over here, it pops out. I hate this freaking thing. I understand its purpose. The intent behind it is really smart. Completely reasonable idea. I hate it. It bugs me so much every time I accidentally move it, or I go to click, and then my mouse goes to my second monitor, and then I can't click it anymore because it disappears because it's not hovered on my second monitor. So I have to like very carefully move it right here because my monitor is just right there. So I have to very carefully. It's so annoying. I hate this menu. I understand the intent, but I don't like it. This is a drop down. Yeah, I don't know what you mean by accordion. I don't know. I still have a lot to learn about UI design. Like, honestly, I still feel like this can be improved even more. I think this is as far as I could get with what I know right now, but I'm probably going to go over this a couple more times in the future because I still think this could look better. I do think like it's a little difficult to keep track of the fact that the background, the stones, and the Go board are the user's choice. So you have to make something that's neutral in order to go with whatever they choose. So that right there is difficult. Copy. What? Oh, it didn't. I got it. Got it. Twitch cut it off. Ah. Oh, I learned how to drag and drop stuff. I should do this for the books that I'm working on. So this won't, I don't know if this will be for everyone. It's probably just going to be an admin feature, but I'm working on books where I have different chapters, and in the chapters I write content. It'll have like the page can either be a set of Go problems, it could be a video, it could be text, or whatever. So chapter will have pages, and then I can reorder the chapters. So this would be perfect for that, because I do the drop down to work on the pages in the chapter, and then I can reorder the chapters or whatever. Yeah, this would be great for that. I don't know what I would do for this right here, though. Oh, I see. So you're thinking a little drop down to for the branch, and then this would hide the branch and show the times, and then that would hide the times, show the branch. Is that what you're talking about? Huh. It's an interesting idea. It's something to brainstorm. Right now, I still kind of like this one because it's a single square, and I really want as little as possible in the UI. I'm a big fan of less is more. This stupid thing is so aggravating. I don't know what to do with this. Like, these buttons are so ugly. Now, they're better than what it was. Like, I still think it's a massive improvement to what it was. What is it, like this or whatever? Where's the samples? This is what it was. So I worked really hard to get it this far, okay? Now, I'm very thankful for the foundation of the scripts or whatever, so I can use the editor, and I've edited it to do work with even more stuff like OGS and whatnot. So I've used this as a foundation and improved on it for my purposes. But oh my gosh, the UI. Oh, this is so annoying to fix. It's tricky because some of these you want to use when you're teaching. So when you're just reviewing a game, sure, when like you're reviewing a pro game, you don't need half of these. But when you're teaching, you need the coordinates. You need to be able to show the letters or whatever. Or that's remove stone, sorry. You need to be able to show the letters or numbers. Speaking of, this is cool. I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. There's this many points right here. And then if I turn that back to 1 with my number pad not locked, I can go, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to have 2 sets of numbers to show you how to count territory. I figured that out, and I was like, that is so cool. It's going to be so useful. Squares and triangles are good, just to have different shapes to represent different things you're talking about. Circles are optional, probably. I don't know. X's are just to show wrong things. But sometimes SGF files will have circles for correct and X's for wrong, so you still have to have them in the code. Second color set? Do you mean second button set, or are you talking about the paint? Right here. If you're talking about the paint, I think what I want to do with this is make this save to the user data. Because right now, only the last one, and it's not obvious, but the last one is actually a drop-down for you to select. And I think I want to make just a single drop-down that lets you select your color, kind of like they do on OGS. I don't want to start a review. But it's just one color, and it'll save to the user. And then that'll be your default when you reload the page. So I think I want to do that with this. Dr. Leadfoot, I think I am planning to do that. I'm doing it more complicated than I should, but I have multiple types of Go boards on the site. So the Go problem Go board uses WGO, and I prefer that because Bezigo had a lot of more advanced features for more modern stuff, but it didn't have Go problems. So I had to build the Go problems in from scratch. And WGO had different Ah, fudge. What's the build blocks Lego? I can't think of the word. Plug and plays. Ah, I know there's a word. I know it. I know it, but I can't think of it. Um, anyway, it had a lot more modular. It had modular elements, a lot more modular elements. So like I could use the Go board without anything else. I could use the Kifu handler, the JSON Kifu format for SGFs without anything else. So it was a lot more like modular. So I use the modular stuff to do more custom Go board things. And then I'm using the Bezigo because it handles the move tree. It handles SGF editing a lot better than WGO. It's not a plugin. It is GitHubs that were MIT licensed. And so I used them as foundation and then manipulated them in my own little way. I think I'm going to have another one. Hello, Cinnamon Goats. For just looking at pro games and not editing them at all. So I think for the SGF editor, I'm going to have like a question mark SGF equals, and then the unique ID of the SGF file that's uploaded to the site. So that way you can share URLs of your SGF or something. But for pro games, it's going to load into a player, which will have a lot less stuff on it, meant just for viewing the game. And for that one, I think it'll be important for mobile devices because you don't want all of this on mobile. And I want to be able to tap my finger on the Go board to go to the next move. Because they had that in this Korean app, and it was really nice to navigate the pro game just by tapping the screen over and over, instead of having to find that little button to hit next and then constantly hitting the wrong button and it jumps 5 moves. I much preferred tapping the Go board. So I'm going to put that feature in the player, which is for like reviewing games but not editing them. So, like I said, overcomplicating it, because I'm going to have like 3 different types of Go boards in the site. Way overcomplicating it. Go for Go. Go for Go is really nice for the database. I wish I could work with them with the API, but I don't think I can. I've emailed, but no response, so whatever. Basically, the idea is you'll have the player, and if you want to review it, you'll open it up in the editor. So it'll be like, here's the player, here's what I want the player to look like, how I want it to do, how I want everything to move on mobile versus iPad versus desktop. And then if you want to edit it, I'll have the SGF editor, which is its own thing. So you can just load it in the editor. So everything will work with everything. Dude, I have a massive amount of data right now that I need to get on the website. This is courtesy of Fudge, the Walrus guy on Walrus Discord, the guy with the Yikes server. I'm so bad with names, guys. So bad with names. But because they had the files on their site thing, I don't know where it came from, but it's awesome. There's 300,000 Go problems and 4.6 million Go games. So that sounds excellent, right? I just have to figure out how to get that on the site and organized, because organizing it's going to be a thing. And I looked at the Go problems, and they have a spreadsheet, which is cool, that tells you like certain things, like the level of difficulty, which is great. But I have my own custom categories that I have to do because no one else is doing it. And that's why I even started this project. So all 300,000 have to be sorted into my categories. Let me know what you need. Like, I'm literally building this stuff full time right now. Thanks to the people who are subscribed, by the way. If you are supporting Samego Dragon, I really appreciate you. Yeah. Dude, that database is going to be hard. Like, you don't understand how expensive that's going to be. It's not even the amount of files. It's the organization of them. Because the max search that I can do, and this is important to put this limit on so I don't break everything, is 50,000. I can only access 50,000 of the pro games at one time, at one call. Every question to the database has a max limit of 50,000. So the pro games have to be organized in such a way that they can be found. And then what I'm planning to do is have predefined searches. So you're going to search, whenever you click a search, it's going to search through the searches, grab the searches, and search through those results to give you what you need. So that way it doesn't try to do 4.6 million searches, because that would be insane. So I'm going to have to find a bunch of shortcuts and algorithms to make sure that it's searching efficiently without being like breaking everything. Also, I'm going to have a tag system. I want a tag system, and this is going to be completely reliant on the users, because there's no way I'm tagging 4.6 million games. I'm sorry, you guys. Like, I love working on this, but screw that. And the tags are going to be like, hey, this is a Sanren-sei tag. This is a Chinese opening tag. And then from there, you can just search for pro games that have that tag. Maybe. That sounds like another bunch of scripts that I'm going to have to teach myself through, but that's probably something I should do. I don't know if I'll remember because I have like a million other things right now, but it's probably what I should do. Like, I don't think you're wrong. It's just really confusing to learn other people's scripts. I just did it with Bezigo, and it was a nightmare. It could have been worse. It could have been worse. There's worse code, okay? Let me tell you, there's worse code. But I was heavily considering just building my own code from scratch, but I'm like, no, this will be faster and more efficient and better in the long run. But I was banging my head on my desk while trying to figure out half of this stuff. I still haven't figured out how to make these circles bigger. I want to make these circles just a little bit bigger for each move. I still don't know which script it's in. The buttons, fun fact, these buttons are different from these buttons. And then these buttons are different from these buttons. You notice how there's white font and black font? Because they're freaking different buttons. There's not just one CSS button type. I would love to use your stuff if you don't mind in the future. I want to build my own front for OGS. I'm telling myself, not right now, focus on the Go problems, not right now. But I really want to, at some point, build a front end that looks better and works better, in my opinion, for OGS, that works with Minecraft. However, one big problem, I have no money to like pay you for any of your stuff. I have no benefits that I could give. So you'll have an enthusiastic thumbs up if you want to share it. Yeah. I've considered building my own Go server so many times, but it's not going to be efficient in the long run. Joseki pattern is something that I want to do. I have not thought of or found a good algorithm to do it. There are cheats to do, which I might do one of the cheats, which is tagging games with certain Joseki tags, and then you just search those tags, and you only get some of the results, not all of the results. I'm going to have so much fun with filters, because the more filters you have, the less data I have to sort in the code. Broadcast Go server. Do you mean like for streams or whatever? Like, why do you need the backend for ODS to do that? What do you need that you can't get from the API exactly? One thing that I don't like is I'm going to have to force people to create an OGS account. Like, I want to do what I really am not going to, because it's mean and bad. I really want to use everything that they have built on the OGS backend for my stuff and give them nothing. I just use all of their stuff. But I want to support OGS as well, so I want to find a way to also reward like being subscribed to OGS without affecting my own subscriptions because priorities. Um, I think OGS is just a community to build. I don't really think another community is a good idea. It just sounds like it's just going to split everything more. There's several things that I would love to have control over that I'm probably just going to have to accept won't be under my control at all. Accounts being one of those things. I would love to have the ability to create OGS accounts using Sumego Dragon accounts, and then I just manage them for the Sumego Dragon users. I don't think that would be a good thing. I would love to use the AI reviews. This is something I could do, honestly, but I'm going to try to find a way to do it like not like a horrible person would. I could literally put all the AI reviews on Sumego Dragon and just run them through my account that's premium and then send them back. Interesting. Um, I know I can promote to main variations. I don't know which button does it, but I read it in the code. That is going to be something that I'm going to worry about later, but I was thinking that it might be if I could find a way to pay per game in an affordable way. I was thinking that might be better. But there's not even a way for me to create an account for people. I'm just gonna have to like create a new window and then like navigate back when they're done registering. Like listen to the window and be like, when it's done, pull them back, come back to my site. And then I could have them use my OGS front face. This is like long-term stuff. I really shouldn't be thinking about this right now because I have a bad habit of getting ahead of myself. I showed this yesterday too. But I already have like a theme that I want to use. Like this is a mock-up. Doesn't work, but it is a mock-up. This is the mock-up of what I would like to build that I do not have time for. And then put it on Sumego Dragon. And then have it interact with Sumego Dragon Premium stuff, OGS Premium stuff. Just have it all work together under one system and use OGS as a backend for the server. And then do it in an honest way to where I'm like, I'll pay OGS for something. I don't know. But I basically want to like, for my users, take over the front facing of the OGS stuff. Because I think they're really, really, really good at code. And I cannot even compete with the amount of coding knowledge they have. Like it's insanely higher level than what I have. But I also think that the UI design could be improved. And I think they have other priorities, which I honestly agree with. Like some of their priorities are really, really important, you know, like AI detection and stuff. But I would like to just focus on doing the things that I can do. And then if I'm in control of it, I control like what things look like. I can satisfy my own wants and needs. And it still doesn't take away from the people that don't like my designs. They can still go to the designs they like, right? If you don't like my design, you can still go to OGS, right? It still exists. You can build your own OGS. It's all the same server, and we're not splitting the community, so the game matching, the matching or whatever, is still fast for everyone, even if you build your own designs. So I think this is like what I should do. Like once I start working on playing online. One thing that I want to do that I'm annoyed that you can't do, which I think I'm gonna hack a way around it. I'm gonna create like fake Sumego Dragon accounts because what I want to do is I want to let people play the bots without an account. I want them to be able to play the beginner bots. Like some new player gets on, I want them to be able to challenge like a 26Q bot on like a freaking 6x6 or whatever without having to make an account or do anything. And then I'm going to use a little character, like maybe the baby dragons or maybe some adult dragon or something. I'm going to make these characters. Okay, you have to beat Frank or Amy or whatever and work your way up the levels of difficulty and eat. I want to make these people and maybe multiple people. I might use this bot for like 3 different peoples that you have to beat. The idea is to give beginners something to beat because I'm sorry, but 26 Qs are not going to win a game. Yeah, I plan to make them dragons of some level. But beginners are not going to beat people, so I got to give them someone to beat. This is like so important for new user experience. And I've said this before, but I hate OGS's new user experience. If you're a beginner and you get on OGS, this is a nightmare, right? This is not a very beginner-friendly user flow. And they acknowledge it because they're not really targeting beginners. So they have a flow there, but it's not their priority. And that's fair. They need to focus on what they need to focus on. But I want a super smooth beginner introduction. You have your own beginner bots to level up through. You have your own beginner puzzles. You have a very easy, non-intrusive, complex way. You start on small boards instead of the big boards, which, by the way, I don't know if you guys were here earlier, but my new Go board is in. It has 13 by 13, 9 by 9, and 5 by 5. And it is for teaching people on. So there's beginner, 5 by 5, intermediate, and advanced. And then I'll call the 19 by 19 expert. Right? So when you are a beginner and you work your way up to the 19 by 19, you are then an expert because you can play Go on the tournament size board. Rather than people seeing the 19 by 19, not a 5 by 5, and be like, this is the only way to play. I hate that mentality. I want beginners to feel like they are good at the game by 19Q. I want to get them to 19Q, and I want them to be motivated, engaged, happy, and like having fun, improving. That will make them long-term Go players, and then they can be single-digit Q or whatever. But I want that introductory experience to be smooth, easy, fun, friendly, welcoming. Yeah. At some point, I want to tackle this, but I really need to focus on the Go problems right now. Dude, I'm going to be working on this. As long as I keep having subscribers, I plan to keep working on this for years. Like, I'm almost coming up on, August will be 1 year. 9 by 9 is such a better game. I know people hate it because it's not real Go, but if you're just talking with a casual person, no one has an hour to just play a game. Like, you do. Take, for example, you're using the restroom, right? Or you're sitting on the bus. I probably should have went with the bus example first. But you only have like 15 minutes. Whatever. I don't know. Everyone goes at their own pace. You don't have time to play a Go game on a 19 by 19. You need 9 by 9. Go Quest. Go Quest is a better game than 19 by 19. 9 by 9 on Go Quest it's a lot better, faster, more beginner friendly. It's just so much better all around. I understand that 19 by 19 is going to be tournament level and blah, 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 and you want to work up to that, cool. But you need to have some sort of experience on the 9 by 9 for the beginners. Not everyone's going to make it to the 9 by 19. Most people probably will never get past 9 by 9. Yeah. I have the idea of making like fake auto match. You know, like the IO games or whatever, where I have the bots, the list of bots that I showed you, and I make profiles for them. And then if you can't find another human being within like 10 seconds, then you get auto matched with those profiles that are opponents and other users to give the illusion that the matchmaking is fast for beginners. Because it doesn't matter how big the pool is, if there's not a lot of 20 Qs, there's not a lot of 20 Qs. Like, the people that learn the game for the first week are going to be weaker than everyone else 99% of the time. That, I think, is a better 20Q matchmaking system. Make them think they're playing people, and make them think they're winning. It's fantastic logic. And then once they actually start getting more experienced, they'll be reaching a bigger pool of people. And you want to pair them against people if people exist. But if not, don't not let them play. Dude, I never want to work for Amazon. Oh man. But yeah, I really need to focus on the puzzles. And honestly, I only got sidetracked about this because I really want to have pro games, but technically I need to just use this for Sumego problems editing, for editing problems, and then also reviewing games for you guys. How do I change the board opacity? In what sense? Do you mean like do you mean this setting down here? If you're talking about this setting down here, I completely forgot to implement that on the editor. Sorry, I didn't think about it. I'm sorry. I completely forgot to implement the opacity. I want to remake this without all the buttons whenever I get to playing games online, because if you can use this to play OGS games, I think it'll be a lot better. The board is bigger, which is important. You can make the UI different or whatever, and then you can customize your whole look. For streamers, this is important. You want to be able to customize the background, the skins. You want a place for the webcam. Maybe you want something shown and something's not. You want to customize the look of everything, so that way you don't have to crop the Go board out and make your own freaking stream skin. The Go board on the SGF is a see-through window. Oh, so there's no image? I'm confused. What is not showing? I'm not understanding what your problem is. For those who don't log in, by the way, you do have access to 5 default boards now, and 5 default sets of stones. And I'm slowly adding backgrounds for you to pick from. So there are default stuff even for new people now. Okay. I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. I've been streaming for a while now. Hello, Tombum. I was actually thinking of you when we were talking earlier about how I said 9x9 is a better game, because you only play 9x9 and you enjoy it and have fun, and that doesn't not make you a Go player just because you're not competitive and hardcore on the 19x19. Oh, happy birthday! Happy birthday! I didn't know which day it was, but happy birthday. Hope you're having fun. I know Austin's heading out to see you at some point. I don't know if it's today or not. For those joining the queue, I am refunding your stuff because I'm not doing any more reviews. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy the stream. Let's see, who do we got to raid? Who we got to raid?
Very unfortunate.
Oh, bats. Yeah. All right, hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks for stopping by. Be sure to check out Mega Dragon, the project that I'm working on indefinitely for the rest of my life, probably as long as the subscriptions hold. Yeah, subscribe. It keeps me it keeps the ability for me to keep working on it. So you're not just supporting the features, but you're also supporting development. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.